So in case you've been living under a rock, actually, never mind, because this bitch probably just ate the rock that you're going to be living under. Like, why is this even in the writing? Anyways, this new hero is Venture. She's a new DPS character more centered around being up close and personal, while being an absolute bitch to finish off and kill. I'm assuming you came here to learn some tips, techniques, and overall general knowledge on how to play her. Well, luckily for you, I know life this game, so I'll be your guide on how to play her weaknesses, and her strengths alongside her counters. I recommend staying till the end of the video for some extra niche tips that could help you win another team fight. Let's dive in. Get it? Because she dives. Venture's primary weapon is her Smart Excavator, allowing her to shoot a short-range projectile that explodes to deal splash damage. When getting hit directly with this, you'll take 75 damage, and the damage is actually decreased by quite a bit if you get hit with splash damage radius, making it important to prioritize hitting your shots, unlike some characters. It's important to know that before we dive into her class abilities, using her abilities result in receiving 40 blue shield, with a max cap of 75 shield total. The first ability we're going to look at is Burrow, allowing her to channel her inner gamer and truly touch grass for the first time. While underground, you're able to not be affected by any stuns or CCs. You also cleanse all the effects, like for instance, Ana's grenade. Please keep in mind that there is a small time period for her to dive into the ground, making it very easy to die if you're low and trying to use it as an escape. When pressing the ability again, you leap out of the ground. Assuming you're holding it for its max duration, you'll end up doing 110 damage if you're right on them, but can do as low as 50 if you just click it. Venture's second ability is her drill dash, allowing her to use her drill to thrust forward anywhere that she's looking, also known as omnidirectional movement. This will deal 90 damage, and you'll receive 40 blue shield from this as a result. You can also use this as a getaway, which I also use it for, a combo into a killing spree, which I also use it for, or just to push enemies off of the cliff, which honestly I've died more times when trying this than I've actually gotten kills, since you can't necessarily control how far you go after you use this ability. So use it at your own risk. Venture's ultimate is extremely powerful and honestly really fun to use. It's called Tectonic Shock. This allows Venture to transform her primary weapon into a tectonic/wave based weapon, simply meaning it affects the ground. This does a total of 130 damage each shot, and she has 4 uses out of her ult. It may seem strong, but if you're someone who has a shield, or if you're someone who's above high ground, you'll easily avoid it. It's also important to know that this will give you an immediate 75 blue shield, and you can left click mid-air to accelerate faster down into the ground, allowing you to make really confusing plays for enemies that are trying to predict your falling speed. Counters for Venture are actually very obvious, because they take complete advantage of the fact that she cannot hit high ground really easily, and the timing of entering her dive is just really unfortunate for this kid. Ever played Adventure against a goated hog? Yeah, then you know what I mean. You're not gonna win against that guy. All jokes aside, take in mind your counters are going to be people who exploit your timing and your lack of airborne capabilities. My overall tip is going to be to make sure that you utilize your abilities and use them as synergies for your combo. Here are a few combos to pull off on the enemies to ensure a free kill. I also recommend using the combo best when you deal a little bit of damage, so that way when they even try to receive healing, you can burst them down more efficiently. If you have allies who have ults, try to push enemies towards your allies and reposition the enemy against their own favor. This will result in suffocating the enemy, applying stress to your supports, and turning the tides of the battle instantly. Your cooldown for dive is actually reduced by half if you use dive while burrowed. So use that to get out of spawn really efficiently and to get around the map more strategically. As Venture, your job is best suited for being in the faces of supports, narrowing down their numbers, and putting overall stress on their team. But also keep in mind, the enemy Venture will also do the same thing if they know what they're doing. If you see this, be sure to play a bit defensive. When she's around to dive your allies, and especially your supports, to try to get a free kill, make sure that you dive at her to interrupt her. Anything you can do to disrupt her flow contributes to making her just that much more useless in the team fights. And this may seem niche for her, but when you're in a pinch, that 75 blue shield that you get from using your ult could win you some really nice fights. Use it in a clutch situation to possibly turn the tides of battle. If you found this video helpful, be sure to subscribe and never miss another video. If you have another character that you'd like to see in these types of guide videos, let me know down in the comments. For now, I'll see you guys later. I love you guys. Peace.